All right, I got you live now. All right, Coach, say hi to everybody. We're at Straus Stadium at UCLA. See these wonderful steps right here. Now the
Right
gold
here.
standard is across the street over
Yeah.
here. I don't know if you can see for the trees,
Which
but
might
it's
be
Drake Stadium. Hopefully it's opening soon.
Show them the stairs here.
But these stairs, these ain't bad. These ain't bad. This is a good little workout here. Coach, you did these yesterday?
I did.
Did you do the whole thing?
No, I did it 17 times.
Wait. This whole thing 17 times?
No,
or
no. No, I just did this one step.
Oh, you were just going back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's keeping it simple.
Yeah. No, because then I can hold on. Going down, it's a little steep here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The steps over in the stadium are a lot easier to.
Yeah. Well, you actually traverse, the entire stadium.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Coach, you told me that you missed the boxing yesterday.
Yeah.
It all happened early in the morning, or happened in the morning on the West Coast, because we had a show from Uzbekistan with this guy named Morjuran Akhmadaliev. Everyone just calls him MJ, and he's got 2 world titles at 122 pounds. He beat Danny Roman about a year and a half ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I thought that fight could have gone either way, though. I thought that was a real close fight. Yeah. But this dude, he's getting better. He's actually settled down. He fought a dude from Japan and stopped him, and he looks like a real player at junior featherweight. And then a few hours later, it was Jamel Herring defending his WBO 130-pound title in Dubai against Herring-Frampton, who used to be a champion at 122 pounds and 126 pounds. Yeah, I heard people say he got old. I heard people say he was just too small. I don't know if you remember, but Jamel Herring used to be a lightweight, and then he went down in weight to 130, and he's in impeccable shape, a former Marine, great guy. Both guys are class acts, real charming individuals. Herring was definitely a lot taller and rangier than Frampton. There's no doubt about that. Frampton was short even at featherweight. But yeah, he couldn't get it going against Herring. I give Herring the credit. He had the right game plan. He kept the fight in the center of the ring, beat him to the punch, beat him to the jab, kept him on at the end of his reach, and finally started uncorking. He hit the body too. He was working Frampton's body, but finally he uncorked these uppercuts, and one of these uppercuts almost took poor Frampton's head off. And Frampton got up somehow, but he was out of it. Ate a few more uppercuts. Corner threw in the towel. Frampton retired. Jamel Herring has probably the most impressive victory of his pro career. And then he gave me a shout out. He said, Doug from Ring TV, I want that lineal title. I want the Ring Magazine Championship. That's what we're aiming for. So, hopefully, I hope he gets ranked in a way by the ratings panel, the Ring ratings panel, to where if he fights Oscar Valdez, who's currently number 2, our number 2 junior lightweight, that can be for the Ring title. Because right now we have Tank Davis as our number 1 junior lightweight, but Davis has some legal troubles, and there's been word of him fighting at 140 pounds. So maybe we remove him from the 130-pound rankings, and therefore if Jamel Herring and Oscar Valdez fight, it'll be for the vacant Ring Magazine Championship, which would be awesome because it's a hell of a fight. It's a really interesting style matchup, and both guys I think are worthy, to fight for that honor. So, yeah, we'll see. We have some time, but the fights weren't great. They were kind of one-sided, but the guys who won are guys you want to keep an eye on because they can make for really good fights in their divisions.
Who's fighting next week?
Next week, what's coming up?
It's on the zone.
Is it?
So, that's a pretty big fight.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to get Munguia Selecki.
Yeah, no, but next week's
and then there's Demetrius Andrade versus Liam Williams. And then there's God, who's fighting? It's either in Texas or
Ennis is next week.
Oh, and there's coming up. There's this card in. Oh yeah, Jaron Ennis. Yeah, that's a good fight. Jaron Ennis, Sergey Lipinets. Yeah, that's a welterweight fight. I'm looking forward to that. But on that, there's a YouTuber, Jake Paul, fighting an MMA guy. But in the co-feature is Regis Prograis. That's in a couple of weeks in Atlanta, I think. I always like it when, I don't care who Regis Prograis fights. He's fighting Ivan Redkach. Yeah. But I don't care who Prograis fights. I love watching him fight. Yeah. One of my favorites. So anyways, you got some trivia for me?
I do.
Should I try to skip some rope?
Absolutely.
I look like a weirdo. You told me that. There we go.
I'm
not a weirdo. Wait, you said I look like a guy,
no,
casual?
You look like a guy who hasn't been in the sun for about 6 months, and you put on your shorts.
It is kind of weird.
And with the socks.
Black socks with shorts. I haven't wore shorts in a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't have any clean sweats.
So what do you think about Lipinets' wife?
What was that?
Lipinets. Lipinets' wife?
She's a
wow.
cutie. She's really hot.
Yeah.
Russians are lucky, man.
Okay, so all these guys fought the same person.
Okay.
Okay.
And you want me
Can
to
I show your legs?
They're
okay. Here we go.
These hide my chunky
okay. Okay, so this guy, and I want the nicknames. I got a lot of nicknames. Okay, this guy fought Cosme Rivera.
I remember Cosme Rivera.
Yeah. What's his nickname?
Chino.
You got it.
Chino. Very few people would remember that. No. I remember. I used to watch Cosme work out. I used to watch him train. Actually, at the Hoover Street of all places. Right before it closed.
Hey, not many people would even hear of him or know his nickname.
Cosme was like a Mexican welterweight fringe contender.
So who did he fight?
He fought everybody, man.
Okay. You want to take a guess who my guy is?
I'm trying to think. One of the high-profile fights he had, which was for the Undisputed Championship, was Zab Judah.
That's it. You got it.
I get on the first one.
I knew.
Hey, do you know I saw Zab Judah like 3 weeks ago at Blue Moon Boxing Academy in the Valley?
Great.
Yeah, he's you know, he's one of those dudes. When he started, I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I didn't like him. I was like, he just seemed like
a brat.
Yeah, like a brat. Yeah, like I know
like
a bratty New York, arrogant New York guy. He automatically thinks he's better than everybody. But after a while, especially going into that Kostya Tszyu fight, my guy was Kostya Tszyu. Yeah. So I was all King Kostya. But like after that fight, the way he conducted his career, like he just fought everybody.
Yeah.
He didn't, even right after that fight, after that loss, I think there was a suspension because he freaked out in the ring, threw a stool and went after Jay Nady.
Yeah.
And I can understand why he was mad. He felt that he could keep going, right? But he fought, remember Omar Weiss? That was his comeback opponent, was Omar Weiss.
Well, Omar Weiss is on my list too.
Yeah, Omar.
What's his nickname?
I don't know what his nickname is. It's from Argentina. Is it in Spanish? Yeah. Is it a Spanish nickname?
Yeah, like Puerto Rican, famous guy in Puerto Rico.
His nickname is the same name of a famous Puerto Rican?
Yeah, very famous.
Clemente?
No.
Wait, hold on.
You'll know it. You know it.
Oh, Tito.
You got it.
Yeah, Tito. I do kind of remember that. But you remember Omar could box his ass off.
I loved Omar.
Yeah, he could fight and he could box. And he was like, Argentine tough.
And had the greatest trainer of all time.
Milcar Brusa. Wow. Yeah, who really got the best out of him.
Oh, for sure. But he used to train at La Brea.
Yeah, I would see him there. Yeah. And but Zab, like that story that we love, and I interviewed Zab about it. The Corey Spinks rematch, taking that fight for $100,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said that when King offered it to them, they knew he would turn it down. They had no doubt that he would turn it down. They
took it.
They say $100,000. He's like, we'll take it. It's like, and it's got to be in St. Louis. We'll go there. And they're just like, oh, crap.
It was a great move.
Yeah, I know, because he just knew it. He had no doubt that he was going to knock him out.
Okay, I'm going to give you this
Which
guy
he did.
that also fought Zab Judah.
But like starting from there, from that point
he went on.
It's just kind of like, you gotta respect him.
No,
you
for
know,
sure.
and that's one of the great things about boxing is you can not like a fighter and then they can win you over. And same thing with Eric Morales. I used to not like him. And then after a while, I'm like, geez, how could I not like this guy?
Now you love him.
Yeah, because he's...
Okay, so I got a lot of these, so we're going to go through them sort of quickly, see how many you got. So you got all those. Okay, how about... okay, what was Corey Spinks' nickname?
Oh, Jinx.
No.
Jinx.
Well, what's
or Next Generation.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. But I think he would go with like the new Jinx or something like that.
Okay, how about...
yeah, Next Generation.
Okay, how about Ryan Davis?
Ryan, shoot.
You know
I forgot Ryan fought Zab Judah.
You know.
Ryan. That's another St. Louis guy, too.
And that's a great name. He has a great nickname. Gosh, you know it. But okay.
Now I remember it.
Okay, we'll go back to it.
Yeah, gosh darn it.
Excuse me. Okay, how about Reggie Green?
I remember Reggie Green. That was at 140.
Yeah,
but I don't remember his nickname though.
Showtime.
Showtime? Not bad.
Okay. How about Hector Quiros?
Hector Quiros. Oh, Canonero.
You got it. And what's that mean?
I may have sparred a few rounds.
What's that mean?
The LA boxing. A cannon, right?
Gunboat.
Oh, gunboat. Okay. Canonero. Yeah.
Okay. How about Tehran?
Oh, and I was there when he fought Zab. That was on the Mike Tyson, Andrew Galata undercard.
Okay. How about Tehran Malat?
Mutt.
The Tramp.
Oh, the Tramp. Darn it. Oh, you know who Mutt is? That's Greg Haugen.
Oh.
I don't know if that was his actual boxing nickname, but yeah.
How about David Sample?
David Sample.
There's another guy with the same nickname.
I remember
who was a welterweight champ.
You know who used to train David Sample was Jeff Mayweather. And I think Zab took him out in like one round or something like that. Am I right?
I don't
David
know.
Sample. Jeez. I don't remember.
King.
King?
Yeah. Who else is King?
Well, there's a lot of boxing kings, right?
Who was a welterweight champ?
With the nickname King?
Yeah.
Welterweight champ with the nickname King. Were we talking about a milk cart
I almost wore that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God!
It's black and blue.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
You know what? He is one of the greatest ever. He really is.
Yeah.
And this gym was something else.
Oh my God.
King, welterweight champ, whose nickname was King. I don't know why it's not coming to me.
Carlos Palomino. King.
Oh, was he King?
King wasn't he?
He was?
Oh, wait, was he? King, I gotta look that up.
He was?
I might.
I don't know about Palomino.
No, maybe not. Okay. Okay, how about Costa Zoo?
Did he have a nickname?
Yeah.
He did?
You know it.
I always just called him the King.
You know it.
This is ridiculous. I should know. He's like one of my favorites.
Thunder.
Oh, was he Thunder from Down Under?
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a few of those. The Thunder from Down Under.
How about Ruben Galvan?
Oh, I have no idea.
Modern day warrior.
Modern day warrior.
Where's he from?
I have no idea.
Hammond, Indiana.
Where?
Hammond, Indiana.
Cool.
You know he's tough then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how about
Who do you think is the most famous boxer from Indiana?
Tony Zale is pretty
Tony
popular.
Zale, yeah.
Gary.
Is he from Gary, Indiana? So was Angel Manfredi.
Oh. He was in Gary too?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, how about Kaiser Mabuza?
Kaiser Mabuza.
Where's he from?
He's South Africa.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what's his nickname?
The Kaiser.
You got it.
Is that it?
No.
Sorry.
The animal.
Oh, the animal? That's
Hey,
not
so-
too creative. But
Hey,
the
so what-
Kaiser, his real name is pretty cool.
So what do you think about the fight? Let's see, oh shit. He's the what's the fight coming up next?
Coming up this
I
month
forget.
or
Let me.
May looks like a good month. May, we've got Canelo, Saunders. We've got Taylor, Ramirez. That's the one I'm really looking forward to.
You like that fight?
I love that fight. Yeah, Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez. And then I think on the, and May 29 is Devin Haney against Jorge Linares. That's a pretty interesting
that's good.
crossroads fight. You know, I saw James Toney on Friday, and Toney likes Linares. He thinks Haney's lacking something. And he said that because he said he used to train Haney, which I didn't know. But Zab Judah says Haney is the future.
Really?
Zab Judah says if all those lightweights fight each other, that Haney will come out on top.
Okay, how about Wilfredo Negron?
Negron, yeah. I think that
What's his nickname?
He was devastating against him. I don't know, Negron.
El Flaco?
El Flaco. He was tall
Yeah.
and skinny, yeah. That's good. Hey, Zab fought a lot of guys, didn't he?
He was good.
And he looks great.
Yeah.
He looks like he's fighting weight.
Yeah.
And, like his face isn't all scarred up or anything.
Yeah.
Just,
He's pretty sharp, right?
very sharp.
Yeah.
I think Zab should have like a podcast.
Hey, so I think you should have a podcast.
I'll do it. I'll do it with Zab and Buddy McGirt.
Would you do it
Loves
with?
to tell stories.
Would you do it with JP?
Yeah, I mean,
JP would be good.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey,
but I would want him to show up and be there in person, though.
so I see you have Triple
calling
G
in.
all over. I have Triple G.
Yeah.
Who's Triple G gonna fight?
He's not fighting Munguia.
I know. That
That's
was
too
a
bad.
good. That was a good
I don't
fight.
know. I just kind of feels like he's just gonna milk out the rest of that DAZN contract fighting whoever.
Yeah, well, they didn't pay him much last time. They
Did
cut
they?
they
Yeah.
cut it way back.
He's still getting paid a lot though for these guys, this caliber of guys he's fighting. I'm sure he got his full amount when he fought Derevyanchenko. That was a tough fight. He earned it.
Yeah,
That was a
I think
tough
he
ass
did.
fight.
But the last fight, he
but
took
the
a
last
lot
one,
less.
yeah, you're probably right. It probably
Yeah.
wasn't. I don't know.
So it seems that the zone's doing. You know, they seem to be making a comeback here.
They're still in it. They're still in it. They've got some good programming, you know. And as long if they still have Canelo and they still got, you know, Anthony Joshua, and I don't know how they're going to work out the Joshua Fury fight.
Yeah.
You know how they divvy that up. I mean, it probably makes sense for it to be on ESPN, right? That's the larger platform, and they could do pay-per-view.
Well, they could do both of them, maybe.
Yeah, there's got to be some way they work it out. But regardless,
They always
it's
work
still
it
good
out.
for them. It's still, you know, if one of their guys is involved in a fight that big, so
Yeah.
they're still doing it. They're still, I mean, you know, like I said, that Haney Linares fight, that's a DAZN show, you know, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not even picking a winner. I just like it. I like the way the styles match up, you know, at least in my head. But yeah, there's still.
So you're gonna have a great week, Dougie?
I'm gonna have a wonderful week, even though it's magazine crunch time. I gotta finish a feature story today.
Yeah.
I'm way overdue. I should have finished it a week ago, and I've just been procrastinating. So I need to knock that out, and then start proofreading. Gotta start proofreading the magazine. You know, this magazine is like a tribute to Marvin Hagler.
Oh yeah.
So we want the photos to be great. The cover has to be perfect. You know, so when people see that on sale, it's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Marvin Hagler, yes. You know, I remember the marvelous one. You know, and I know in England, I know it's going to sell very well.
Yeah.
Man, British.
Who's gonna do the
British
cover?
have more love for Hagler than the
Yeah.
Americans do. It seems like. I mean, he is revered.
Yeah.
If you ask a British fan who's the greatest middleweight champion of all time, he's not going to say Robinson or Monzon. He's going to say Hagler. Almost every time. I guarantee it.
He might have been.
Yeah, you know, arguably, he's one of them. He could have fought any of those guys.
So who do you like, Sugar Ray Robinson and Hagler?
Robinson, I love Robinson.
Yeah.
Robinson, like late 40s when he first went up to middleweight.
Yeah.
He was amazing. But even when he's past his prime, even after taking 3 years off and coming back and losing his second comeback fight to Tiger Jones, you know, I've seen the film. I slow it down. The film of him regaining the title against Bobo Olsen.
Yeah.
He's incredible. I mean, he's way past his prime. He has wear and tear of like over 150 professional fights and a lot of wars, you know, and he's still just that.
Did he knock Bobo Olsen all 4 times? Or 3? I think one
3
was
out
a
of
decision.
4. I think one was a decision, yeah. And Olsen really tested him in the late 40s when he first moved up to middleweight before he won the title. And then he won the title in 51 against LaMotta, and then he defended it a couple times, including against Graziano, knocked him out in 3 rounds. That was in 52, and then he went up to light heavyweight, and that's when he had the only time he was stopped in 200 pro fights.
Joey Maxim.
Yeah, 14th round, heat exhaustion. Nobody ever. Nope. Can you imagine that? 200 fights, nobody ever lays you out? That's crazy. It's like and nobody ever laid Hagler out either. You know, Hagler had that all-time great chin.
So how it
would be a sensational fight, but I just got to go with Robinson. I mean, if Leonard could hang with him, and I know that wasn't Hagler at his best, but you know, guys who were not necessarily big dudes, but like really good boxers, like Duran and Leonard, like they could stick in there with Hagler. So I got it. And Robinson had them bombs, you know, and like a little bit taller, a little bit rangier. No disrespect to Hagler. I mean, they're both incredible. Hagler, but whoever Hagler, you know, you could put Hagler in with any great middleweight from Harry Greb to Carlos Monzon, right? Yeah. It would have been a competitive fight. You know, no one's going to have an easy night with Hagler. He's just too strong, too technically sound, too versatile. He can switch hit. You're not going to knock him out.
Too smart.
Smart, yeah. He was very smart. Yeah.
So did you get a chance to watch B-Hop's 5th pro fight this
Oh,
week?
no, I haven't. No, I need to do that. I need to. I should wake up with that. That's what I'm going to wake up to tomorrow morning, and I'm going to watch that first thing. I'm going to tweet it, too.
You know, it's addicting.
Yeah, no, I'm going to tweet it,
really
in case y'all forgot.
You know the name of the referee?
No. Who was it?
Frank Adams.
Frank Adams.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with
because I have a friend, Frank Adams.
Oh.
Hey,
this was in Atlantic City, right?
I don't know where it was.
Huh.
Oh, no. It was upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
Yeah.
So they drove from Philly.
Rochester.
Oh, Rochester. Yeah, that's right.
Rochester, New York.
Yeah. The thing about that, the Northeast is all those cities are all smashed together.
Yeah.
I did an internship in Philadelphia the summer of 1990, and every weekend I would either go to Washington, D.C. or New York City to visit friends. It was to me, it was all so close because growing up in Missouri, you could drive miles, like just going from Springfield to St. Louis, that's almost 4 hours, you know, within the state, you know, out there, a couple hours, you're in another state, another city.
Anyway, Dougie, have a great week.
Yeah, I will. You too.
Yeah.
And everybody, what do we got to tell everybody? How do they drive? Hey, because there's traffic again. Like
there is a lot of traffic.
Everything's opening up, and there's a lot of traffic. And I noticed some people forgot how to drive. I say people taking some risks. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're ignoring stop lights and stuff like traffic lights and all, which is like, no, this still matters. This still counts. Taking some.
Well, everyone's a little rusty.
Yeah.
So excited to celebrate these seniors. What an awesome.
Something's going on.
Yeah,
Soccer
games. Yeah.
Soccer game.
Yeah, soccer.
Very good.
Anyway, Dougie,
all right. Everyone drive like you just won the lottery, and remember there are rules.
And be happy.
The road.
Be happy.
Yeah, best thing, be in a good mood.
And be positive.
Don't be in a rush.
Love everyone.
And don't be grumpy and stingy and all that.
Love your enemies.
Love them too. Yeah.
For sure. That's the most important one to
love. Don't even think about them.
Anyway,
assume
Dougie.
you don't have any enemies. Maybe you don't.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, even if you do, pretend that you don't. Don't. Why think about them at all? You know.
Anyway, you got all that. You were good today, but I tell you what.
I did. I got it on the first guess. Zab
Dean
Judah.
Hamilton went crazy on you last week.
Oh, really? I had a good one.
Oh my God, it was incredible. I forget the ones you had, but.
All right. Well, we're gonna post this on YouTube, and then from YouTube I can push it on Twitter. We'll see.
Whatever.
We'll see how this works.
Okay, Dougie. Have a great day.